All right, let's talk about Gen V.
Cool.
First of all, let's talk about the fact that I am the reason we are quickly recapping 1 through 3 and then getting into episode 4. You can put the blame on me, Akon style. Anyway, so episode 1, we get to meet Marie, who is seemingly the central character to all of this.
Marie Monroe. She has a superhero name.
Yes, I mean, MM.
Wow.
Just throwing that out there. Anyway.
Mother's Milk. What the fuck is that his name?
I don't know. Well, because he drinks milk, but I don't know why that's his nickname. Couldn't come up with a better nickname than that? I don't know. Anyway. We see her with her family. They see A-Train getting inducted into the 7. He's supposed to be the first black guy to actually be introduced into the 7. And so the dad is very happy. The mom is like, chill. Marie has a sister, younger sister.
Well, technically the second. Black Noir is black. Like a black man underneath the
fair
suit.
Enough. But they said specifically.
That's because they weren't trying to let anybody know that was a black man underneath there.
Fair enough. So to everybody else, that's the case. And so then Marie gets a little stomach ache, goes into the bathroom, and she turns out she is becoming a woman. We'll just say that. And not only is she becoming a woman, but that is low-key her power, is being able to manipulate blood.
Is it just her blood or just... Well, no, we've seen later on that it was other people's blood too, which makes me confused as to why she needs to cut herself to use her powers.
Yeah.
I'm really confused as to why she need to keep cutting her hand when I can just fucking make you do dance like a fucking marionette doll. Just
sure.
Saying, put your ass together. She over here creating blood knives. Yuck.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's so wild to actually see her. Like, y'all couldn't come up with another power. I mean, I guess it's true to probably.
I mean, I would like her if she's gonna be a necromancer, then let her be a goddamn necromancer. But like this whole thing of like, cut the blood and use it as a whip. It seems very reductive for that power to me.
Sure.
Like if I was able to control blood, the last thing I would be doing is exposing my own. For what?
You'd be manipulating the other person's.
Extracting it from their body, making them do whatever I want to, controlling them. I mean, shit.
Sure.
Seems like there's much more inventive things she could be doing with her powers other than...
I mean, maybe it's easier to access for her. I don't know.
Or if she learned how to fight, you can cut them and just drain the whole body.
Yeah. Yep. But that's her power, and unfortunately the way she finds out her power is also the thing that leads to her killing her parents.
Yeah,
which is
pretty gruesome.
A little gruesome and a little rough that the black family had to, to come to that, but at least it's not a la Power for the most part.
Yeah.
She ends up in a foster home, but she gets a letter saying that she is accepted into Godolphin University, which is a place for superheroes or for supes to basically hone their skills. And so the person who runs the facility tells her that, like, it's this, but if you fuck up in any way,
it's over with.
It's done for. So she ends up on campus. She ends up meeting her roommate. Okay, so is her soup name Cricket, but then she has another name?
So, like, I think her soup name is Cricket, and then she has a YouTube name, her YouTube channel. Well, no, I think her YouTube name is Cricket too. Yeah, it's Cricket.
Yeah. Okay. But then her name
is Emma.
Yeah. Okay. And her power is throwing up to become a lot
Shrinking,
smaller. Yeah. Yep. Or, as we find out later on, she can eat more to become
grow
a lot bigger.
Fam, how did you just discover that? And why would the throwing up to shrink be a thing as opposed to the eating to grow? I mean, look. You could eat, grow, fight, and then go take a bear-sized dookie in the woods and then go on about your business. That sounds infinitely better than sticking my knuckles down my throat. I don't know how she didn't come up with the better half of that scenario to do as opposed. But you know what, though? They do keep mentioning, like, oh, your eating disorder, and she keeps rebuffing it. It's not an eating disorder. Well, if it wasn't an eating disorder and you have the choice to grow or shrink, and you continuously shrink, you built this whole platform around you shrinking, seems like you may have a disorder.
Sure. Marie goes to meet up with one of the professors that she's always looked up to, and it turns out that her TA ends up not allowing her into the class that she wanted, and that sets off a whole thing between them. They go on to see Golden Boy, who is like the number one guy. They have a class ranking system. He's number one. He's supposed to be the guy who's going to go on to the 7. But nobody knows the thing that's plaguing him is that he has a brother who was in the woods, who was in a facility where what are they actually trying to do?
No clue.
Because everybody has been stuck with V at some point, so it's not that.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing down there. I don't know. Maybe it's a place for the troubled kids, but I have no clue what the woods is actually supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been here 4 episodes, and I still don't get it.
Sure.
A de facto jail for the troublemakers.
Something. All right, so we fast forward to Andre. Inviting Marie out. Emma says, go do it. You should go do it. Meet the people who are at the top of the school. And so they go out and they're doing all sorts of drugs. They're doing all sorts of shit. Andre accidentally kills a person, or almost kills a person, by leveraging one of his superhero tricks or superhero powers, and leaves it to Marie with her blood manipulation to save the girl, which
she did.
That leads her to be within the top 10 of her ranking, which doesn't happen for freshmen, and I'm sure, let alone black people, probably, I would assume too.
And then also, it's like how much your ranking depends on your social media popularity. It's like, damn, dog, what the fuck is this?
Which at least links to the fact that, you saw people in The Boys actually care about that stuff quite a bit too.
Yeah. Oh, your points, your favorability points are up. Well, you are a fucking superhero. Gives a damn. You know what I like though? Early on in these episodes, you're starting to get like clips of where we are in the timeline of The Boys. So they showed a political campaign from old girl, the head popper chick. They showed that Homelander is on trial after killing that civilian at the end of last season.
Yep. Queen Maeve has disappeared. We can't find her. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah. And they're keeping you current in this, this universe that they're building. So it's that was kind of cool to see those little nuggets.
For sure. So then we get into Golden Boy is obviously upset about everything going on with his brother in the woods. And so he goes to see the professor that Marie was in love with at first. And he goes in and basically kills him by burning him up, which is also his power is, I guess, fire manipulation. And so he goes and kills him. Marie shows up right at that time, but she's not the one to stop him. It's Jordan Lee, who is also trans in a crazy way.
I don't even know who you can call it trans.
It's like literally like interchangeable.
Like they're like two different people in one person.
Yeah.
Like I literally don't even know if you can call it. It's like if the Wonder Twins were one person.
Yes, fair enough. But he was born a boy until they gave him V, and then that.
Like they're definitely leaning into it like he's a trans superhero, but like it's literally not. Like if you had the ability to shapeshift like that, you wouldn't be trans.
Sure.
The whole idea of being trans is that your outward identity doesn't match what's in here.
Yes.
And that's not what they're experiencing.
Correct.
Like they're literally able to live out what they feel, which is not trans. So it's very odd that that's the angle that they're taking it when everything about this character's existence is antithetical to the experience of a real life trans person.
Yes. No, that's fair. Okay. And so basically, Jordan's the one that actually fights him off up until Golden Boy comes out. And then eventually he tells Andre that his dad has it with him or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then he flies up in the sky and then just explodes, which is a little extra gruesome. I feel like exploding into blood and organs is a little.
You know what else is more gruesome? A direct punch to the dick.
Sure.
A direct punch to the fiery dick.
Sure.
That's pretty fucking gruesome.
Yeah, that's fair.
The fact that I have to keep looking at dicks up close. There was a live action, like, fucking as big as my son's toy fucking basketball hoop penis. No, we didn't see. Whole bunch of areolas. Whole lot of labias.
No, we did not.
You know? No clitoris is here on the boys, or excuse me, Gen V. No clitoris is on Gen V.
That is crazy.
That's nuts.
That's very crazy.
But no, man, come on, man. Equal opportunity. We showing all these goddamn scrotums. Gotta look at all these balls and stuff in these shows.
I'm telling you, because they think that dicks are funny.
Vaginas are funny to look at too.
I don't think that. I think
squint your eye and look at a vagina right in the face one time. See.
You know what their problem is? They put the pussy on a pedestal. Okay, so then from there, Marie becomes a superstar because everybody believes that she's the one to fight off Golden Boy. And also Andre was there, so of course he becomes the next guy since he was number 2 originally. So now he becomes number 1. And Jordan Lee kind of just fades into non-existence.
To 5.
Even though he was the one that did basically all of the work. Marie has to deal with the fact that she didn't know anything about social media. She didn't even have a phone. And now she's being thrust into all this fame.
The thing that keeps fucking me up about her is that she keeps lying about her background to people. Like, yo, I know you. What if you don't have social media and you don't see people constantly getting exposed for lying about their past?
Fair.
Then you would just be out here willy nilly saying shit like LeBron or Shaq.
Yeah.
The Godfather's my favorite movie. What's your favorite line? There's so many. I can't pick one.
That's hilarious. Now she has to wrestle with all of this fame. She doesn't know anything about this side of being a superhero. In fact, she barely knows all that much about being a superhero in the first fucking place, but she at least is equipped to know her skills, and that's really all she knows about it. No. Obviously, Andre is also having a hard time dealing with the fact that his best friend is dead.
Facts.
And now he's being thrust into the same limelight.
It seemed like he kind of dealt with the pressure in his own ways in the first place, but that was when he was hiding behind, his buddy, his friend. So now he has the pressure of being number 1 from his dad and all this other stuff. And I feel like that leads him to make some of the decisions he's making going on in the first couple of episodes. Because it's just really like, all right, so when I first seen him, it seemed like he was feeling Marie. Right?
Yep.
And then something happens. Obviously, his friend dies, and that pushes him in another direction, a more familiar direction, which is not, I'm not too off-put by it, but I'm also realizing that they're trying to mirror the nature of college-age kids and how they make decisions and how they choose partners. And it could be a very sporadic or erratic time in terms of decision-making. So I'm trying not to hammer it home too hard, because again, there's going to be plenty of other examples of it bouncing around even within these first 4 episodes, but it's just like putting me back into a younger time of life, I guess.
Sure. So eventually they're supposed to both do an interview because they were both of the ones there, but homeboy doesn't actually end up making it, which ends up pissing off his former superhero father, which is, like I said, also a huge source of pressure for him. While he's off doing things to kind of research what the fuck Golden Boy was talking about in the woods. So Marie does the interview by herself, and she's given a list of talking points, and these talking points are not what happened at all. And she ends up not giving Jordan Lee any credit for anything that he did and taking essentially all the credit for herself.
On one end, I feel her, because Jordan Charlie were out of college. They also ran after they cut that girl's throat and left her there.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yep.
I kind of get it.
Yep.
At the same time, it's like, you lying a lot. You're lying a lot.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should probably chill out. Or at least get some allies. If this is an opportunity for us to call a truce, let's call a truce behind me telling the truth. But like her continuing to dig her hole with all these lies and shit is a little cringy.
Yeah. I'm trying to avoid talking about the fact that Emma had to literally ride on a dick. I'm trying to avoid that whole situation. And we will just go into, I believe, the next episode. Also, there seems to be this therapist who works for Vought, and she just gives me the creeps. Like, I already don't like her.
She's kind of like the chick who was letting Homelander drink her breast milk.
Yes.
Right? She understands how to coddle and how to kind of keep these superpower individuals at bay, even as a human. Right? Like, she doesn't really strike me as a person who's afraid of being hurt or having one of the kids lash out on them because she's so in control of their mental.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it strikes me as kind of like the same as the breast milk chick.
No, agreed. Okay, so then we go on into the next episode. Since that professor died, they hold a memorial service for him in which basically Maria is just supposed to go around and smile so that they can accept donations, which is crazy, but that's how those things sort of work.
Pretty much.
Especially in politics and things of that nature.
She over there telling people her parents and Doctors Without Borders and shit. Like, yo, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big lie. Like, when she was like talking about her brother and all that she don't have and all this other shit, I'm like, all right, well, maybe still forget about that.
Sure.
My parents are in Africa. They're with Doctors Without Borders. You don't think ain't nobody gonna follow up on that?
Things we can easily follow up on.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Might as well tell them that they're international recording artists on a world tour.
Also, at the very beginning of this episode, we get like a flashback to actually see Golden Boy's brother, who is in there, and he's having some sort of breakdown. And then that's when Golden Boy and his girlfriend come in to try to calm him down. And
he punched the black dude through his mouth, up through his head. That's some fucking bullshit.
Crazy.
That is some bullshit.
Crazy as fuck.
Just there trying to do his job, bruh.
So literally everybody is at this ball or this memorial, including Emma, who is getting talked to from her mom, who seems to be a wild parent to have. One of those helicopter parents who wants their kids to succeed in, like, for a child star.
Yeah.
Essentially. And so she's talking to Courtney Fortney or something like that.
The same producer who led the interview for Maria.
And basically they have this conversation about how Emma could end up being a star by basing a reality show around her.
She's a TLC executive producer for sure.
Absolutely.
She the same one that set up the show about the little girl who can't grow and the one trans girl, and then there's another one who's basically her thing is that she's fat.
Yes.
I guess. Like the whole idea of the show is that she's big.
Yep.
Go figure. And Pimple Popper and Hoarders and My 600-Pound Life and all those other goddamn reality TV shows. That's what they was going to try to turn Emma into.
Yes, for sure. That all angers Emma, obviously. She doesn't want any parts of that rebrand for her. And so she storms off, and does she find a bottle, or does she's smoking cigarettes outside? Whatever it is.
She's smoking weed.
That's where it was a weed. It might have been weed.
Did we didn't even get on the fact that old girl, the one who partnered up with her and played her for her story.
Oh, we didn't get into that.
That was weird.
That was
like
very
her whole
weird.
energy was weird as fuck.
Yeah, she reminds me of what's homegirl who that's her whole vibe. She used to be in Parks and Rec, and now she's
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
Only she's a lot funnier. Aubrey Plaza is a lot funnier.
Yeah, no, she's great value, Aubrey Plaza. That whole situation was weird, and I'm sure it's going to come back up at some point because she's playing the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah.
For views and attention.
And then she went and apologized and was still fucking recording it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're a cretin.
Or having that one girl suck her tail. Crazy.
Hey, yo, that shit was nuts. She said, oh, yeah, Nancy Reagan, that shit. Okay. Choked on her own tail. You nasty motherfucker. Get your ass. You be dragging that shit on the ground all day. You gonna suck on it, choke on it. Your nasty ass.
Okay, yeah, no, we completely forgot about that.
That shit.
I'm trying not to think about some of Emma's storylines. Okay, so then, that causes her to go outside, smoke some weed, whatever. And Andre comes up to her, asks her for a hit because he's going through his own personal problems and finding out about the Woods, because he's seen literally somebody get fucking killed. The janitor.
The janitor. They did kill the janitor.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
Yep. And so, yeah, Andre's obviously going through his own shit, but Emma can get really, really small, so she can fit into the cracks in the doors at the bottom. So she can go and find out all the things that are happening about with Sam. Sam is his name. She can find out basically what's going on with him, maybe free him, and, do everything that Golden Boy was set out to do. Meanwhile, Maria is still basically lying about all her shit. Let's see here. Oh, no, I wanted to lead into the fact that, so basically they're just palling around, and Emma is palling around with Sam because apparently they like each other now. And eventually alarms go off, and he has to hide her. But apparently they can see her. Like if they look hard enough, they know where she is.
Or maybe there's some sort of sensor that she tripped. I mean, if you build a facility to hold superpowered individuals, it's going to have some pretty particular contingencies in the security system, I would say. Sure. It wouldn't be like your average prison. Sure. It probably would have to have some more advanced technology to keep track of everything. So it really did fuck me up that she was just able to walk in through the vents. I was like, oh, okay, so we just gonna fucking Pink Panther this shit.
I mean, she's really small. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, but also, like, again, superpowered jail. It should be.
Yeah, it should.
But then they found out that she was in there, which made it. They probably saw him talking to her on his cameras inside his cell.
That would be fair, but he's also schizophrenic, so.
Yeah, but then he like picks her up and shit. He puts a cup over her and stops it. Like, you could probably see him fucking around with something.
That's fair. And so in order to get out of there, she runs through the guard's ear, and she must have eaten a part of his brain or some shit because she growed a little bit.
Well, I get that if you walk straight through your head, your brain is in the middle.
Right.
So as long as she's just walking through his brain, it's nothing but soft tissue. So she's just.
But did she not also grow a little bit from what she was?
He actually mentioned that, and she said, I think I ate a little bit of his eardrum.
Okay. All right. I knew she ate something.
Gross.
Yeah, very gross, but it's Genevieve.
She had some of it on her shoulder when she left.
Yep. Okay, so then that brings us to episode 4, which is all about Tech Knight, who is basically patrolling the entire school because there seem to be a shit ton of mysteries, and that's his deal, is being a expert detective.
Oh no, he has another deal.
Oh yeah, he definitely does
another
deal, but we'll, I guess, get to that. So basically he's going around asking people questions, but because he's a master detective, he can figure out if somebody's bullshitting or not, which, starting with Marie in the classroom, he finds out, or he basically gets her to tell everybody that everything was a lie, and Jordan Lee was actually the one who
he also unveiled that, mere days after his best friend exploded himself in the sky, that old boy is tapping his girlfriend.
Yes. Yep.
What's his name?
Andre.
Yeah, Andre smacking his girl. And that's kind of what I was getting to in the episode 3 breakdown, is that there's been a lot of like sporadic decision making in terms of like who we having sex with, old girl, or just who we're engaging with, right? Emma has had at least 2 potential partners and 1 actual partner and moved on to a third. Mm-hmm. Then we got Marie Monroe, who was kind of flirting up with Andre to begin all of this, and then it kind of slid. Maybe it was like a brief moment that she was kind of connecting with what's his name, Cannon Boy or Golden Boy, but then that was over with, and then now she done found herself 2 new partners. It all wrapped up in 1.
Yep.
And then who else? Well, Andre obviously nicking on Marie, and then doing his double back to old girl, the telepath, basically Emma Frost.
Speaking of potential partners in a strange about way, so Marie is distraught looking for Emma because Emma at this point is missing after Andre sent her off to go to the woods, and Sam took her to a whole nother place because he can jump really high and fast, just like Golden Boy, I guess, could too. And so Emma is definitely missing at this point, and nobody knows where she is. Mm-hmm. And Marie decides to go to a clairvoyant to try to figure out where
More fucking penis. Can we? Okay, I get it. We're allowed to show dicks on TV now. Great. Chill out. The one thing I never thought I would ever see is a penis exploding.
Yeah.
And I don't need to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. So, yeah, just wanted to throw that out there so he could react to it. So the rankings are out, and Marie is moving up while Jordan is still stuck at 5. So Sam, like I said, has taken Emma to another place, and that place is a
drive-in movie theater.
A drive-in, yeah. And that seems to be a place that obviously him and Golden Boy have attached some memories to, and so it seems to be a safe haven for him. And that is where, again, they begin this sort of quasi relationship with each other, despite his obvious issues with his schizophrenia, which comes up every now and then. Speaking of said schizophrenia, that eventually leads him to trying to find the lab scientist or whatever, boss Cardoso. The guy.
Cardoza. Yeah.
Cardoza.
Yeah.
And so he ends up going to that guy's house and eventually is trying to kill him amongst his family being there and everything. Mm-hmm. So he goes into the guy's house and basically takes him out, or tries to take him out. And that's when Marie and everybody shows up at the house. And like we said before, it was Emma eating spaghetti that made her grow, that got her to stop him from doing such.
Literally should have been her powers from Jump. I don't know why we were throwing up to be Ant-Man when we can eat to become
a Titan.
A Titan, or fucking Captain Atom or some shit like that.
Yes.
But notice that we didn't see any of Emma's privates.
That is, yeah.
Not that we needed to.
Sure.
But, I mean, the woman's 40 feet tall. You should see a big-ass titty just flopping out. You know what I'm saying? If I got to watch a penis explode, you can show me an areola or two. That's all. You didn't have to protect her body. You didn't give a damn about protecting nobody else's.
Sure. In the background of all of this, what is she? What is the Indian woman? What does she do? The person who's been parading Marie all around this entire time.
Behavioral therapist who's running the institution.
She's some sort of quasi guidance counselor, headmaster type.
Yeah.
But she works for Vought. That's the important.
She does work for Vought.
And so her job has basically been trying to kind of hide everything, like especially the woods, away from Tech Knight, who is again a master detective and can figure out when somebody's bullshitting him. And so she comes up with a perfect way to get him to kind of drop this whole bullshit, which is exposing him for the creepy shit he's been doing around campus.
Any hole that exists, he get in there, boy. That dude was looking at the tree when he was giving his report. Oh, give me a second. Just give me a moment.
Fam. Like, why? Why is that the thing?
Bro, why do they even have that on you? That's the way they was able to get out of this, is to tell everybody that you just put it in any hole that's available.
Which is that's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's that sort of thing that should be like, all right, I'm done with the boys. I'm done with Gen V. But it's still such a good show that it's like, all right, I'm gonna show up for episode 5. I'll be here.
He was fucking tires. What else did he have? Like, he was on a wall doing something. Like,
he fucked a air blower in the bathroom.
Yes, the air
dryer.
Fam, up on me.
Fam, relax.
Yeah, buddy, you needed to take that deal. Don't nobody need to know that.
For sure. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I like the show because it's such a well told show. Mm-hmm. Man, it's some little things like a dick exploding, homegirl riding.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with the dick abuse. We can cut that shit out.
And then him fucking everything is a little nuts, but
I just don't need to see another penis in the show. I'm good. We're good.
It's gonna happen.
No, we don't need to do that. Hell, in The Boys, I watched another shrinking person jump inside of a penis.
Oh yeah. Ugh! Yeah. Again, I just think that boils down to they think dicks are funny, or like. It has to be that, or they're just obsessed with dicks to a level of homeboy from Superbad.
He's drawing them. Jesus Christ.
We're putting them into the show. I don't care what we have to do.
I just got done drawing this long, veiny monster.
I don't care how we have to incorporate it in the show. We're doing it this episode. It's been a couple episodes. We need another one.
Please don't.
That's literally all I can think of.
I've had my fill. Pause.
Anyway.
Yep.
That was episode 1 through 4 in a nutshell.
I'm enjoying Gen V. I don't know if I've reached the level of the boys' interest just yet, but it had been at least a season before I'd been able to determine that anyway. So far, so good. So I'm here for it.
I like it because it gives me everything that I'm looking for in the boys, or everything that I like about the boys. It's just a different setting. It's a completely different setting. And I kind of like how a black person is kind of running things.
Is the main character. Yeah. No, that's dope.
Yeah. So I'm here for it. It's a little weird that it's on a college campus and there's little nuances, but
there are little things, little annoyances that you kind of have to deal with because it is college age kids.
Sure.
But yeah, the boys for a different demographic, I guess, for a younger demographic.
Absolutely. And you know what? It hasn't lost anything to try to appeal to a different demographic. It's still roughly the same show. So I'm cool with it.
Cool. Well, give us your thoughts on episodes 1 through 3 and also episode 4 of so that didn't make any sense. Episodes 1 through 4 of Gen V. Put your comments in the prompt below. Like, share, and subscribe. Come back next week. We'll be due episode 5.
Absolutely. And make sure, when we get a playlist, you check out that playlist. But we've obviously reviewed quite a few different other shows, so make sure you check out some of the reviews for those. Continental, Power, Winning Time, Rap Shit. There's plenty of different shows that you can watch reviews for, if that's your sort of thing. And then also make sure you subscribe. We will be talking about Gen V going forward.